The Ankarsrum Assistent Mixer is a robust workhorse of a countertop kitchen mixer. Designed in Sweden, it's based off its original 1949 design. This mixer has a vintage vibe without the vintage parts. Definitely less known than its KitchenAid or Breville counterparts, the Assistant performs all the same functions, but with a unique aesthetic and attachments. I've had mine for about 6 years now and kind of wanted to share my thoughts on how it's performed over time. Welcome to the culture of cookery. Hey, future AJ here. So I was doing some quick research and double checking my facts. You probably won't find it on Facebook Marketplace or Amazon Marketplace. Checked on Amazon and now they actually do have it. So for you Americans, that's $6.99, and for us Canadians, that's closer to $1,000. However, what I did see is that there's only like 2 colors, at least on the Canadian Amazon website, of the Ankarsrum Assistant. They call it Ankarsrum. It's slightly different in their marketing. I don't know what's up there, but yeah, it is a little bit. That's my daughter playing recorder. There's less colors, so if you were really interested and you're dying for the red or whatever color you wanted, I would probably go and find a retailer that sells the Ankarsrum, or just get it from them online. The Assistant Maker is made of both steel and chrome and comes in 13 different colors to match pretty much any type of kitchen. It weighs about 19 pounds, which is actually lighter than its KitchenAid counterpart at about 25 pounds. You'd think the smaller weight would produce a shifting around on the countertop, but the Ankarsrum thought of that and included non-slip pads on the bottom. In my testing, I had noticed like if you have really heavy doughs, you're probably going to run into a little bit of shaking on the counter, but not a lot. The Ankarsrum comes with 2 types of bowls, one of them being the stainless steel and the other being a plastic bowl. My version is a little bit older, so you'll notice in maybe other reviews that they have like a clear plastic bowl. Mine came with this kind of white one, which it serves its purpose and it's worked fine over the years. With each of the different kinds of bowls, there's different attachments. So with the stainless steel, it comes with a scraper, a roller, a dough hook. The plastic bowl comes with a double whisk or a double cookie beater attachment. Now, maybe unlike the other counterparts, the Assistant comes with 2 dials. So they're kind of this chrome steel vibe, which is definitely part of that kind of vintage aesthetic. One of them controls the speed and the other one controls both the on-off or timer switch. Probably the most unique and distinct feature that sets apart the Assistant from all the other brands is that their bowl is pretty much wide open. So one of the first pros, obviously, is this unique feature of having that bowl wide open to be accessed. In my testing and over the last 6 years, I've really liked that feature, the fact that that bowl is wide open. Adding ingredients, taking out ingredients, feeling the dough to see if it is the right consistency, to be able to look and observe whatever's being mixed right there rather than kind of peering around the head. I think that's a really valuable feature if you're a serious baker. Additionally is the whipping feature. Unlike its other counterparts, the Breville or the KitchenAid, the Assistant utilizes this kind of turning mechanism that includes 2 whipping attachments and 2 cookie beaters. And what this has done is really expedites the whipping process. Over the years, there's been a couple of times where I've left the whipped cream unattended and I ended up with kind of butter. It whips pretty quickly. The third feature that I think is a real pro is the timer. If you need to knead something for 20 minutes or you want to do it until it's smooth or you want to walk away and you want to have that kind of peace of mind that it's not being over kneaded or over whipped, this is a really good option to have. Obviously you could use a phone or an iPad, something like that, but having it built into the machine is pretty helpful. Number 4, the Assistant is original. Over the years, a lot of my friends have come over and they said, hey, like, what is that machine? I've never seen that before. And it's become a kind of talking point in our kitchen. So it's kind of cool. And if you're kind of about that retro vibes, the Assistant definitely has that kind of vintage look about it. Number 5 is the solid construction that the Assistant brings to the table. Made of steel and chrome, this thing is pretty solid without that kind of heaviness about it. There's not many plastic components, really only the bowl and the whipping attachment, so it's been pretty sturdy. Number 6 is it's really easy to clean. In fact, the whisk and cookie attachments, they come apart really easily. You can get into the nooks and crannies there in that small little machine, and then they just click back in place. Lastly, the Assistant comes with a 6-year warranty. 6? The Assistant comes with a 7-year warranty, which is a really great feature, especially if you're making a lot of breads or you have kids around that want to break things. This is a really great thing to have peace of mind about. Now, not everything is awesome about the Assistant Mixer. The first thing that I don't really love is the scraper and roller attachment. The dry ingredients would often pool in the middle, and to get it out, I had to push the roller out and then pull it back in. The whole reason that I get a stand mixer is so that I don't have to touch the dough, and I don't want to have to deal with that kind of stuff. Most recipes are written for a KitchenAid mixer, so when a recipe calls for you to cream something with the paddle attachment, for the longest time I was like, what is the paddle attachment equivalent on the Assistant? Because there is no paddle. So what I found best that works is the cookie beaters. They work and function pretty much the same way without adding air. They mix things thoroughly. With the Assistant, it is nice that you have 2 bowls, but it's also kind of a con that you have 2 bowls because then you need 2 places to store those bowls. It makes it a little bit hard, especially when real estate is so valuable in a tight kitchen. So having that second bowl, good, but for some people that might be something that you don't really want. I feel like the dough hook and the roller that go with the stainless steel attachment are kind of redundant. For the longest time, it was the roller and the scraper that were kind of the OG parts of the Assistant, and then they added the dough hook later on. But what I found is that they kind of do the same thing. Some people say that you use the dough hook for stronger doughs and you use the roller for other doughs. I don't know about that. Because I don't really like using the roller, I just use the dough hook, and for me, the dough hook works perfectly fine. If you're a person that loves making doughs and you're obsessed about sourdoughing and bread doughing and make money dough, if you're the kind of person that's interested in making doughs, I would probably say that the Ankarsrum is specifically for you. As well, if you're kind of lazy and you don't like waiting for people to whisk things, the Ankarsrum really whisk things really quickly. And that 7-year warranty really outshines any of the other competitors. Sure, the Assistant Mixer is a little bit more expensive than any of its other counterparts, but I think that extra cost is palatable. You're getting a machine that's really well built and performs better, especially when it comes to doughs, than most other of its competitors. So I hope this review has been helpful, and if it has, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't yet, join our Facebook group, which is the Cooking Challenge community, where we challenge each other once a month to try something new that we haven't really tried before. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.